The last call from cabin 17 is scary horror story. If you ever stay at an old motel and the room phone rings at 3:13 a.m., don't answer it. I wish someone had told me that. My name is Benjamin Cole and his happened during a road trip through Montana. It was late October when heavy rain forced me off the highway. I found a tiny roadside motel with clickering neon sign that read Pine Ridge Motel. The owner, an elderly man named Walter, handed me the key cabin 17. As I walked away, he called out, "If the phone rings tonight, let it ring." I laughed and thinking it was a strange joke. The cabin was old but clean. The wind rattled the windows, and the forest behind the motel was completely dark. I watched TV for a while and eventually fell asleep. At exactly 3:13 a.m., the phone rang. The sound nearly made me jump out of bed. I remember Walter's warning, but curiosity Curiosity won. I picked up. For several seconds, there was only static. Then a frightened voice whispered, "Don't open the door." I frowned. "Who is this?" The call ignored my question. "He is standing outside. Don't let him know you are awake." The line went dead. I looked towards the window. Nothing but darkness. I convinced myself it was a prank and went back to bed. 5 minutes later, three slow knocks echoed across the cabin door. Knock, knock, knock. I held my breath. No one spoke. After nearly a minute, the knocking stopped. I slowly peeked through the curtain. No one was there, only rain falling onto the empty parking lot. The next morning, I asked Walter if someone had been outside my cabin. His face turned pale. "You answered the phone, did you know?" I nodded. Without saying another word, he reached under the counter and pulled out an old newspaper clipping. The headline read, "Man vanished from cabin 17 after answering mysterious phone call." The article was dated 1998. It described a traveler who disappeared without a trace after reporting strange calls and knocking at his door. I laughed nervously. What does his have to do with me? Walter looked at Walter looked me straight in her eyes. The voice you heard, every guest describes the same one. A chill ran through my body. I left the motel immediately. As I drove away, I noticed something strange in my rear view mirror. A man stood outside cabin 17. He wore a long dark coat. His face was impossible to see. He was not moving. I looked back to at the road for just a second. When I checked the mirror again, he was gone. I convinced myself my imagination was running wild. Months passed, life returned to normal. Then one night, while staying at a business hotel hundreds of miles away, the room phone rang. I checked the clock, 3:13 a.m. Without thinking, I answered static. Then the same terrified voice whispered, "He found you again." The call disconnected. There was a slow knock at my hotel door. Knock, knock, knock. I never opened it, but every year on the same date at exactly 3:13 a.m., no matter where I am, the phone rings once, and I have learned something terrifying. The warning was not meant to save me. It was only delaying whatever has been following me since cabin 17.